Good morning, Bullet. See if we can get you started and steering this morning in this little session. Probably a part of the job that I've been least looking forward to is the steering shaft section, feeding it up and in behind the dash. Not being able to open the door more than that, making it quite squeezy. It's going to be tricky. We're going to get this uni in to the spline that I just threw, plus then back up to the steering wheel column. So that flat part on the spline is where the bolt goes through. So that locks that in place. Then we've got to work out how to get it onto the steering wheel side. It's tight. You can see this end here on the back of the steering wheel, it's not adjustable. It's got that slot that bolt can only go in the one spot, whereas that one there had about a 50mm leeway back to front. So what I'll do with this one is I'll tighten this right up. I'll send that one home. I'll leave this loose, and then I'll go back to the box and see if I can do up that coupling. So that's a new uni too. That's not the one that came out of the truck. It's the old one had a lot of play in it. This one's quite tight. So that's tight. That's finger tight, but it can't slip out past. There's a lip on the end of the spline. Nice blue shaft coming out of the firewall. I'm just going to do up these two power steering hoses first so I don't get any crap in the top of the box. Then we're going to bleed the system. So at this point, I've managed to get the old lines into the new box. Bit of a punish, very tight up against the radiator there, but I'll have to free that up down the line somewhere so it doesn't rattle. Get some fluid in it, hook up this guy. Oh, good. Together, just got to get the bolts through. Coupling's all bolted up. I'll get in behind the dash one more time. Probably only a couple of hours left in the front. He's got to finish welding off the hoops. I've got to bolt up all the shackles and the U-bolts. I think that's about it for the front. Get a bit of paint on all the metal. But we've kind of got a deadline now to work to. The 79, it's actually sold. It's getting picked up in 16 days. So there's a fair bit of work still to do on this rear diff. Adam's gonna do all these welding on these gussets that he's made up, braces. We've got to get the 80 series rear end in it, the center, cut the tail shaft back, get the bearings and the hubs and the brakes and all that sorted. We'd probably have to make up a new brake line for it to go around all Adam's artwork there. We've got to get the screen in, so I need the harnesses so we know where the holes in the perspex are gonna go. Yeah, so I wouldn't mind getting it home before the 79 goes, just so I don't have to put the airbags in Shell's Fortuna so soon. Get it home and sort of finish it off, get the transfer case out, get it to Brian. Hopefully we see that Marlin dual case adapter come soon. But anyway, let's see what this battery's doing. 12.6, yeah, that's not gonna kick it over. Put this on charge. Hitting the bump stop right hand. It's hitting the shock and the bump stop at the same time. I've never hit that much lock before with the other setup.
Oh really?
No, we struggled. The J-arm struggled.
How much you talking? Come back the other way.
You look alright?
No, it's hitting this one, but you can adjust it. I reckon you get away with it. You ain't going to lose like 2 mil here.
Because these shocks are a lot bigger. These aren't meant for a high lock.
No.
Okay,
no.
so we'll just nip the thing out two turns.
I reckon if you look best, okay. Just.
So the front end now almost complete. We've got a bit of paint on all the bare steel. Let me check. Yep. Perfect.
Right.
So what did you do then? Did you just level that?
Yeah.
With a level? Yeah, it's facing back just a bit, isn't it?
Get it out.
2 mil.
It's not much, there's nothing.
It's enough, yeah. Okay. So we're going to move them. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and cut the old wrap bar plate off the old housing. So that's the bracket that we want to take off, and potentially now that brake line, or at least this junction. Next episode, we attack the rear diff. We sort out the housing. We need parts off the old one for the wrap bar, the shock brackets. What's the big idea cutting that up?
Put on there.
Oh. We're going to set up brackets for the shocks that we're going to use. And then obviously we've got the center to put in, the discs, the hubs, the backing plates, everything's here. That's the next part of the build. It was so good to hear it start today. Kicking over first go made me really happy. I can't wait to wheel it. As always, thanks for watching.